can help you to enroll yourself in the cybersecurity field. Mr. Sanjeev sir will also tell us the major requirements to get employment in the same industry. Before starting the webinar, let's know something more about our speaker. Mr. Sanjeev Elia works at Think Cyber India as a Chief Strategy Officer. He has also served over 32 years in the Corps of Signals. In the past few years, he has conducted several training cum certificate sessions in various aspects of cybersecurity and cyber law for CII. Presently, he is working as a consultant for two companies and Center for Humanitarian Dialogue, Geneva-based. They work in the field of cyber conflict resolution, implementing projects related to cybersecurity and data protection. He has taught over 1,000 cybersecurity students, and he has also published a book on cyber welfare. He has been associated with various cybersecurity companies all over the world. So this is just a basic description about our today's speaker. Now let's begin the webinar. So on you.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Can you all hear me? Just confirm.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I have just shared a QR code, which is a short survey of 10 questions. And I've also shared the link in the chat box. So before I begin to tell you about the opportunities available today in the cybersecurity industry, I thought let me just get to know what you know about these opportunities. And so I'll be grateful if you could all either scan this QR code or go click on the link using your machines and or whatever you're using a phone, and just answer these questions quickly.
Definitely, sir. I would request everyone to fill up the form.
Make sure you answer all the 10 questions. Is there anyone who is not able to find the survey page? All right, is it done? Anyone who's completed it?
Who has completed the form, you can send a message in the chat box.
It's not so difficult. Just basic questions about what you think about this industry. Saurabh has raised a hand. Any query, Saurabh?
Hello.
Please resend the link. Okay. Here is the link again in the chat box.
Hi, Smriti. I have shared the link in the chat box.
Smriti Pooja Das has asked for the link, so we both have shared the link. And did you find it? Okay. While this is going on, just for my information, I would like to know if there is somebody who's already working in the cybersecurity industry. Anyone? You could unmute and give your name.
voice nahi aa rahi.
Can you hear me, Saurabh? Pooja, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So I just wanted to know if there is somebody who's already working in the cybersecurity industry. You could unmute yourself and give your name, or you could type your name in the chat box. So I assume that there is no one today in this session who's working in the cybersecurity industry. And people are looking for the opportunity to switch over or to find a job in the cybersecurity industry. Okay, are you all done? Shouldn't take so long. It's not like an exam that there are some correct answers and wrong answers. All right. So what we'll do is we'll close the survey now. It's okay if you have not answered. And let me just show you what everyone thinks about this industry. And so can you see my screen? Industry requirement for cybersecurity roles and talent gap. Can it be seen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everyone has answered the details. Now the question was, which industry offers you the best job to technical graduate? And people mostly say IT industry and software industry, obviously because cybersecurity industry is still expanding and is not really well known. So not many of us do really know about it. 31% people say IT and 25% say so. Only software, only 25% people feel that cybersecurity does offer great technical jobs. What according to you would be the starting package? And I think most of you have got it correct. 6 to 7 lakh for a beginner out of the college is the average. In fact, It's something like 6.8 lakhs per annum is the starting package today in the cybersecurity industry. I'll talk about it as we go along with my talk. Knowledge of what programming languages are needed to get a job. I like this answer, no prior language, because when I came into cybersecurity industry, I had no prior language of any programming language. So anyone and everyone, you don't really have to know SQL or HTML or Python or C++. I mean, if you know these languages, it does help, but even if you don't know, it's fine, it's great. Which industry offers you best cybersecurity job? So we will talk about it as we go ahead, but almost 65% people say that it is the IT industry. 4 reasons according to you, which you consider best cybersecurity as the best career option. I will talk about my reasons. Just keep your reasons to yourself right now, and then we'll discuss whether your reasons and my reasons match up or not. What is CIA triad? It is the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. It is a very, very important aspect, ladies and gentlemen. Today, data is one of the biggest target for attack, and the confidentiality of data, integrity of data, and availability of the data at the right time, at the right place, in the right quantum is the buzzword today in the industry. So that is what the CIA triad actually means. Do you feel that knowledge gained by you during your graduation is enough? Okay, so there are some people who say yes, but mostly feel 65% people feel no, it is not. So there is a gap in knowledge when you are looking for a job. That is for sure. All of you feel, most of you feel that. Which country, according to you, is a world leader? We will talk about it again. But yes, Israel and US does appear as your best answers. Would you like to take up training options? Definitely would. There are people, 37% people, and 63% are still fence sitters. Probably would if they are convinced after what I have done, after what I have spoken. All right, so that is as far as the survey was concerned. Good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sanjeev Relia. Like Pooja just said, I have been working in the cybersecurity industry for about 12 years, 13 years now. Initially was with the Indian Army, where I was introduced to cybersecurity, went and did some training with the US Cyber Command on defensive cyber operations. I was part of that organization of the Indian Army, which was responsible to carry out cyber warfare on the enemy. And after I quit the army, I've been in this industry now for a while, and I have done various kind of roles. I will talk about it when I speak about the kind of roles that are available today in this industry. So I will talk about what exactly I have done. Will give you an idea, the kind of things that are available in the roles that are available in the cybersecurity industry. All right. So can we have the presentation? Just give me a second. At any stage, if you feel that you have not understood what I have said, you're most welcome to stop me and ask me whatever is your doubt. All right. So I'm going to be talking about the cybersecurity industries, the opportunities available, and how can you, get a job. What do you need to do to yourself or with yourself to get a job? No, cybersecurity and cyber threats are not it's not a new term. They've been around for many years now. It all started as that my computer has a virus when this Pakistani so-called hacker had first written a code which was called a virus. Then it became that there is a malware in my system, and then now finally we all talk about that my business has been hacked into, my network has been hacked into. Each day we hear of new cases of cybercrime and cyber frauds happening in the country and world around. During the pandemic, only two things grew exponentially. The first was the number of COVID cases in the country, and the second was the rate of cybercrime. That at which it grew was like it outweighed everything in this world. Now, in the last year or two, every possible Indian company and business has suffered at the hands of cyber criminals. From companies like Airtel, which is one of the biggest mobility providers in the country, it lost data of 32 crore people of this company, and we were all put to risk. Companies like JustPay and Razorpay, whose applications we use to transact money online, to a mithai shop like Haldiram, who became a victim of a ransomware attack, and a demand of 5 crore ransom was made. From IT companies to edtech companies to PSUs to BFSI industries to restaurant, manufacturing plants, small town business. I mean, name an organization, and it has suffered at the hands of cyber criminals. In fact, I remember some time back, I was talking to the Mewar Chamber of Commerce, and there were about 30 successful businessmen who were part of the talk that day, and I was talking on the aspects of cybercrime and cyber law, and each one of them had a different story to tell. One of them even accepted having paid rupees 50 lakhs of ransom money to get his data unlocked. So that is the kind of enormity of cybercrime and the things that are happening in the cyberspace today. Now, the question that arises now is that why are cyber attack getting so rampant? We rarely heard of these things, maybe about 5 years back. What has changed in these last 5-7 years that everyone seems to be suffering at the hands of these online fraudsters? The answer is very simple. First is the use of digital technology in our business, and second is the reach of the internet. Now, let me first talk about the use of technology. As far as digital technologies are concerned, today we use technologies like IT, OT, which is operational technology, cloud, artificial intelligence, blockchain, name a thing. It is today from the applications based on these technologies are forming part of business transformation today. Please remember that each of these technologies come with their set of vulnerabilities and challenges. So when you embrace these technologies in your business, you will need to cater for these vulnerability and challenges. And that is where cybersecurity comes into role, and it plays a very, very pivotal part in protecting your business when you're using these new generation technologies. I don't think I need to talk about the reach of the internet. The way the government has gone about expanding the reach of internet, it is phenomenal. Even if today 40% of our population is using the internet, we would be about 60 crore people in this country who are using the internet, which is more than the population of United States of America. So when there are that large number of users, obviously there will be more money which is flowing on the net. There are more transactions that is happening on the net. There are more applications being used on the net, and obviously then there will be more people who will try and do things which are wrong and make money out of it. Can I have the next slide? One thing that clearly emerges is that cybersecurity has evolved as a concept in the last few years, and it is here to stay. It is not going anywhere. As the method of attacks are evolving, so is cybersecurity changing its form. Just a couple of years back, cybersecurity meant using an antivirus or a firewall or an intrusion prevention system or a detection system. And that's it. That's about it. If I had an antivirus on my laptop and I was working in an office and my office server had a firewall, everything was safe. No, today it doesn't happen like that. Today cybersecurity is much more than this. We talk and implement concepts like cyber defense, which is a holistic kind of a solution. And we talk of solutions like zero trust architecture. This slide shows you what cybersecurity was and what it means today. Remember that the rate at which this field is evolving and is moving ahead is so damn fast that it is difficult for a person like me who's in this field to catch up with it. Therefore, to be successful in this industry, one has to be constantly evolving and growing at the same pace as the technology is growing and the methods of cyber attacks are evolving and growing. So you have to not just keep your knowledge with technology, but also with the knowledge of the hackers, the knowledge of the people who are doing wrong things. So it's a very challenging job. Now you have given your reasons in the survey of what according to you would be, why is it the best career option, or why what challenges that cybersecurity have as a career option. I'm sure whatever reasons you have given are correct, and I mean I will not doubt them. But where someone who has been in this industry for long enough now, my reasons may differ than yours. Now, 0% unemployment. I say that again, 0% unemployment is an attractive statistics. If you went to a career counselor for reasons for finding a job, he would suggest to you cybersecurity career because it has 0% unemployment. Yet, according to me, this is not the best reason to pick up a job. It's a nice perk, of course, for sure. And it doesn't compare to some of the most compelling, yet it doesn't compare to most of these compelling reasons. Now, according to me, the best reason to be in the cybersecurity industry is because it has practically unlimited growth. This is a field which has ever expanding scope. Cybersecurity presents an unlimited growth potential for both you in the career and for you as an individual also. Like I just mentioned, you are chasing the technology, you're chasing the hacker. Now that I'm talking about the growth potential, let me quickly tell you what are the kind of job opportunities that are available in the industry. So according to me, there are three verticals. Can I have the next slide, please? There are three verticals. Though if you surf the net, they'll give you various kind of formats of jobs and opening and stuff like that. But I divide them into three distinct verticals. The first being, just a second. The first being the research and development. Now, if you are in the industry where research is being carried out for solutions, enterprise solutions, for business solutions, for hardcore solutions for the government, these jobs are meant for people who are who are intelligent, who have the highest kind of CGPA in their colleges, and these are the kind of jobs which are available mostly in the United States of America or Israel or maybe Russia. These are the countries where most R&D is being done. Unfortunately, in India, that kind of R&D is not being done. But yes, we are opening up the R&D field. So this is the first kind of field where you will need a whole lot of knowledge of programming languages. You will need to analyze situations so that you can develop solutions for that. The second kind of vertical where under which jobs are available is the prevention and security, which we call the traditional cybersecurity field, or what I said is the cyber defense. So these are the 80% of jobs today are available under this vertical. And then the last vertical is the forensic and post incident response. Forensic is a science in itself. Today promising to outgrow even cybersecurity. So when a cyber attack has happened, incidents has happened, obviously you need to analyze how this happened, what went wrong, and that all comes under forensic and post incidents analysis, so that you can make sure that these things do not happen to your network and other networks as well. So these are the three verticals under which I personally feel jobs are available in the cybersecurity industry. Now, the second aspect, according to me, is plenty of variety. All the opportunities for growth are tied to the variety of technologies and the situation that a security professional has to deal with. They're tremendous. If an organization uses ones and zeros, it needs cybersecurity component today. Now, let me give you my own example. Like I said, I started over 12, 13 years back. My job then was to just implement certain cybersecurity policies. Then I grew into securing the networks. Then I grew into something where enterprise solutions were required. Then I moved on to another job where I had to train. Then I moved on to a job where it was red teaming, and we were carrying out some stuff against the enemy. Then I moved on to a job where I was into cyber conflict resolution. And now I am into a job where I am telling you about why cybersecurity industry is such a lucrative opportunity available to you. So look at the kind of varied jobs that I have done in the last 10 years. I'm sure if you join this industry, there will be much more opportunities for you as you grow in this career. The next aspect, according to me, why cybersecurity is such a fabulous industry is the ability to solve puzzles. This is like fighting a war where the hacker is attacking and you're trying to prevent him from attacking. You're trying to protect your network. You're trying to chase the hacker away. So it's like when you play a video game where there is you firing a gun or whatever these popular games are. Cybersecurity job is that you're constantly solving puzzles because a hacker is finding newer and newer methods of attacking you, and you have to find the newer and newer methods of constantly protecting yourself. And the last aspect, according to me, is that this job has real impact. It has impact on your career, on your intelligence, on your future. I mean, name an industry, whether it is a nuclear power plant, whether it is an IoT device, or a pacemaker fitted in a heart, or a battlefield surveillance system. Everything can be hacked into, and if it can be hacked into, it needs to be protected. And if it needs to be protected, it needs people like you and me who can make a real impact in that field. And that is why cybersecurity is a real impact field. All right, next slide, please. Now, having spoken about why cybersecurity is needed, let me talk about the job opportunities in the industry. The rate at which this industry has grown is beyond imagination. I mean, look at the figures that have been given by the DSCI. What typically has happened is that demand has increased manifold because the cyber crime has increased manifold, and supply has not been able to match up with constantly increasing demand, thereby leaving a big void in talent which can be employed in the cybersecurity industry. Where is this human resource going to come from? Obviously, we cannot produce cybersecurity personnel overnight. It they have to be evolved. So the most obvious place where I will go and look for talent and manpower is colleges, where students are studying IT related courses at their graduation or post graduation level. So according to me, ladies and gentlemen, get ready, because you are in the right time and in the right place if you are wanting a job in the cybersecurity industry. You are going to witness an increased level of job offering from the cybersecurity industry in your colleges. More and more recruiters are going to come into your colleges for offering you cybersecurity jobs, and going to come and hire you at much higher salaries than IT and software industry. So most of you feel that IT industry and software industry pays much more. That is a myth today. Cybersecurity industry is going to pay you much more than IT and software industry is going to do. But there is a catch. And what is that? The problem is that and I have been part of recruitment, when I go in as part of a company to go hire talent in a graduation college, the problem is that I do not find adequate students who are industry ready and job ready. Now, what does it mean, industry ready and job ready? Let me just explain to you. The problem is multifold. The colleges give you foundational education to be an engineer. On this foundation, now you need to grow your career. As far as cybersecurity industry is concerned, the foundation training given to you by your college may not be adequate to employ you in the industry. So because you need to learn much more, much recent than that has been taught to you, because those books were written a long time back. So there exists that knowledge gap when I go and hire people in the colleges for jobs in this industry. The second reason is that students tend to do random courses on their own, spend a lot of money, time, and do not really achieve at the end of these courses, because these courses are not really designed to get you a job. Can I have the next slide, please? A perfect training program would be the one which not only trains you, but it also helps you with an internship in the industry, and at the end of the process gives you a placement. Is the perfect solution. And doesn't that make your job simpler? Well, that is what exactly we at Think Cyber India do. Now, the third aspect is that a lot of students are self-taught. I mean, there is enough content today available on the web, and I've experienced this when I've interviewed young children in the colleges. Now, just because there is so much of content on the internet and you've gone through it, doesn't make you industry ready. If all of us could teach ourselves using this free material, then all of us could have been doctors or space scientists or astronauts, but we are not. 90% of students who start these free online courses never actually completed, and most of them actually give it up in the first week or 10 days time. So you the issue is that there is a knowledge gap. You try and fill that knowledge gap through wrong resources or through free resources, which doesn't actually meet the requirement. Now, as I said earlier, cybersecurity has two key advantages. One is that virtually no unemployment, and second is solid compensation. So for you to be part of this industry, there are certain, you need to have those mandatory requirements which you should have gone through, and so that you meet the industry requirements. To get a job in the industry, you have to be industry ready from day one. Please remember that. And that is where we come in. Now, conventional approaches to cybersecurity training and certifications are not keeping pace with the reality of today, because this industry is changing so fast, and the complex technologies that are coming into it each day. To meet the challenges of the industry, training has to be very, very innovative. Only then will we be able to educate the new generation of cybersecurity experts. Now, this can be done with the most modern and innovative tools and training techniques. And this is what we do at Think Cyber India. Now, let me just show you a glimpse of it. Can you please end your presentation? Just stop sharing. Okay, let me just show you how we at Think Cyber India train. All right. So this is our demo link of ours where we can show you briefly how training using a simulator is carried out. Now, this training has been designed keeping the Indian students, their base knowledge level, their intake, and the end solution of getting them a job in mind. So everything has been incorporated in this demonstration. Now, the entire process of training is based on various subjects. I'll tell you about what these subjects are. Right now, it is showing the first subject, which is Introduction to Cyber. The content is made in a manner that it is interactive. You're constantly interacting with a guide who's based out of Israel and guides who are based out of India. There are books that are available. There are videos that are available. There are latest articles on the subject that are available. There are chat forums that are available. That is news that is available. There is YouTube videos that are available besides the videos of this simulator. And for each topic, there is a 2 hour of simulator training wherein you actually carry out a real life situation is being simulated to you and you're responding to it. And at the end of it, there is a project. At the end of each topic, you need to submit a project. So look at the kind of holistic training that you're doing. You're not just reading or listening to a video. You're also going on to a simulator where the latest attack situation has been simulated to you, which perhaps may have happened last night or maybe 3 days back. And it is still, part of the news. And you are already training on it. And of course, then there is guides who are available, both based out of Israel and both based out of India as well. So it gives you a holistic kind of training. Now, let me just show you one of the subjects. Like this is this topic is called Google Docs. So if I click here and I get to a book which shows, then I can play a video of it, which
I'm
is
going to jump into showing you how hackers can break into things very, very easy.
So there are these videos available, and if you feel that the knowledge that has been given by this video and by the book is not adequate, then you could go to YouTube, where we give you links of other videos on that subject which are available. There are articles, like I said. If you click on it, you will get the articles, and so the entire content has been given to you, presented to you at one place, in the form of text, in the form of talks, in the form of videos, and superimposed by a project and a simulator based training. And the best part is that there are 21 of these topics. At the end of the 21st topic, there is another topic which is about preparing you for the job. So we are not just teaching you, we are also preparing you for the job. And also our company goes to the industry where we can help you get placed as part of the industry. So this is just about a glimpse. In case anyone is interested in having a detailed look at it, we can give you the link of the demo. It's a 27-minute video. You're most welcome to have a look at it. All right. And if I talk about the topics, then these are the topics which are covered. So the entire program is divided into 6 levels, and level 1 to 3 are bundled as the beginner level, which most of us as people who have not really worked in the industry need to be part of. It has 3 levels. Level 1 talks about introduction to cyber and Linux and Python. Level 2 is network research, and then at level 3 we specialize into 3 branches: the digital forensic, as I said, which is the post incidents, the penetration testing, and the SOC analyst. These are specialized 3 different fields which are available to you depending on your aptitude, depending upon your job requirement, depending what you really want to do in life. We could also help you with our analysis, that based on your performance, what actually would be the best. That also we carry out. And just to show you the kind of syllabus that is there, these are the topics that are covered under each of these topics. These are available on our website. You're most welcome to have a look at them. All right. Now, before I hand over to Anuradha, one aspect. A lot of people ask me what is the extent of programming languages that I need to learn. What is the kind of knowledge of programming languages? Do I really need to know programming languages? So yes, Python and Linux are two languages. If you know them, you will grow much faster in this industry. Your career opportunities are phenomenal. But it doesn't mean that if you do not know the programming languages, you are in the wrong field. No. Like I said, there are a whole lot of people in this industry who are without prior knowledge of. In fact, Anuradha is just going to talk to you, and let me assure you, she has no knowledge of any programming languages. Yet, she is the CEO of a company which is into cybersecurity. So, if you know Python and Linux, good enough. If you don't know, we will teach you. And even if you don't have aptitude for it, there is yet enough scope for you to do well in this industry. All right, Anuradha, it's.
Sir, before you pass on to Anuradha, I just had, is it okay to ask one query here?
Let Anuradha finish, then we can, or you can type your question, then I can answer back at the end of it, if it is okay with you,
Okay,
Asta.
sure.
Okay.
Sure,
Just
sure,
type in
yes.
your question.
Mhm.
Anuradha.
Very good morning, everyone. Hi, very good morning to all of you. Thank you so much, Sanjeev, for setting the pace and introduction of cybersecurity, the career aspects, the industry gap, that we are facing these days. But, I would like to start because, of course, all of us these days, we are very intelligent. We have a lot of access to a whole lot of information. But what I'm going to start with, is why Think Cyber exists in India. Think Cyber India exists in our country. Why do we require it? What is the need gap that we are facing? What is the what are we targeting at? So that's very important to understand. So as the whole world is talking about cybersecurity these days, but at the same time, we need to realize the fact that we always see that in news that India is going to be it's almost the largest populated country in the whole world. We are having the largest population when it comes to the younger generation, the workable generation. At the same time, we are going to be the third largest economy in the world. So, all of this comprises, and of course, the way we are moving towards information and communications technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain, all sorts of technologies, that arises the requirement of having cybersecurity as a very, very important thread that goes around all of the businesses, individuals, everybody. At the same time, I think Cyber India is the Indian subsidiary for Think Cyber Israel. Think Cyber Israel is a 20-year-old company which is founded by David Schiffman. So these are the people. So when we talk cybersecurity, we talk about countries like Israel, which is like the pioneer, and then followed by other countries like US and several others. The group of people, they started that at the very inception. They worked it out. They set up this technology, which is spectro technology. So the whole engineering behind this complete, the existence of Think Cyber, the existence of this training program is spectro technology. When we talk about spectro, which is a patented technology with us. So when we talk about spectro, that provides us the beauty. Just hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry. So when we talk about spectro technology, we need to understand the beauty of it. That tells us it allows us to provide the real-time scenarios, and these real-time scenarios are put into the training program under the simulator-based, LMS. So what students are getting trained because of this technology is on a simulator, which is a very practical way of training. Because this is not just the curriculum teaching that we are talking about. These are the what's required out of a trained professional in cybersecurity. They have to be really hands-on. They need to have the right kind of skill set so that they get into a situation, they find out the solution, mitigate, understand, and bring a solution out of it. In order to become that, you need to understand that training has to be very extensive. The training has to be very, very practical. The entire training program of cyber security of Think Cyber is completely based on practicality in terms of having an LMS that provides you the simulator based training program. How do we get the real time scenarios is because of the Spectro technology, and that's what we exist for. That's how in fact, Think Cyber India has coined a new term for cybersecurity expert, that is cyberologist. So when we pitch in this training program, so this is not just any regular training program. This is a leadership training program that provides an opportunity from level 1 to level 6 for somebody to go through a training program that makes them the future leaders in cybersecurity. And these leaders are going to be cyberologists. Starts from the very basics, as Sanjeev has already explained to you. We have different levels. We introduce this. One more very important thing we need to understand is the presence of this training program. You know, where all the students are based out of, where all is it getting practice, where all students are getting placed. That is very important, because this is not just relevant to India, it has to be relevant across the whole world. So when we see that, so apart from Israel, we have it's already being run in countries like US, Canada, Australia, Singapore, India, Japan, South Africa. So all of these countries, this program is already running. So and they have their alumni, and these alumni are placed in all of your big fours, KPMG, EY, Deloitte, McKinsey's of the world, a whole lot of these IT multinational companies, your network security companies. So if you go on LinkedIn and if you see Think Cyber, you would find out. So where in India, if we do a apple to apple comparison. So when now we see, then in India, the cybersecurity curriculums under colleges and trainings are getting started. We see that these people, those who already have taken the cybersecurity program of Think Cyber, they're working in a whole lot of these countries all across the world. So as a student, and somebody who's going to be trained and get professional into that field, will also give a leverage, because not just in India, you would be able to get the help from all of these people. And it's something like that, you already have a presence. It's something like that, the alumni status of this particular thing will give you the first foot in the door in all of these companies all across the world. So which is a very good situation. At the same time, when we start with this training program, because before introducing this to students, we introduce this to the corporate, because it's very important that ultimately what I am learning, what I'm getting trained on, is it finally transforming into getting me a good job or a good career. So we took it to several multinational companies in India, IT, BFSI, consulting, several others, and to advisory companies also in cybersecurity. So the feedback that we have got from all of these companies is very, very good for this training program, because this is very practical. Okay, it's really hands-on, and after the completion of this at level 3 only, that makes you job ready, and companies are ready to hire you. And of course, there's going to be an on-the-job training, and ideally this is advice that somebody who's not from this field should ideally go through the 3 levels, and then in this process only, apart from the final jobs, we have placements also that's coming from through a proper training and your internships. So by the time the student is already 1 month or 2 months into the training program, we give them practical internships. These are generally stipend-based internships, and these are in that multinational companies only. Apart from this, that also gives a leverage for the student to have a practical hands-on to the real work that they're going to be doing. At the same time, for these companies also to analyze, okay, fine, to understand and identify, okay, fine, these are the 10 people working on my process. Okay, I would require, on an average, we need to understand. See, if we see a lack of 3.5 million workforce, understand the immenseness of, and when we look at the CAGR, which is 40%, which is the highest, it compounded annual growth rate, 40%. Which other industry has a 40% CAGR, right? So this is going to surpass everything. At the same time, what companies require, they would require somebody who's practically trained and has the right skill set so that they can start working with them, and over the period of time, say 6 months or 1 year into the system, they have the practical understanding also, and then comes into the picture our level 4, level 5, and level 6. So understand, after completion of level 3, you get job ready, we'll get you jobs. The entry level jobs in this space start somewhere from 6 lakh to 8 lakh rupees per annum, and the annual growth or the annual the promotions that somebody get on the job is nearly around 20 to 25%, which is nowhere in the industry technically. After doing that, the person is ready to get onto the level 4, got onto the expert level, and then starts the journey of becoming a cyberologist. So the beauty of this entire training program is, of course, even in colleges, because I myself have worked in the corporate relations and placements divisions of these management institutes and engineering institutes also. The basic problem is engineers are unable, or BCA or MCA students or engineers are unable to get into their core fields. A lot of times BCA, MCA, engineers or other graduates, they have to take help of becoming an MBA, and then also they have very limited fields to choose from, and most of them, they end up doing the sales job, which is not bad. But imagine, going through with the process of engineering or technical fields, and then unable to understand where have we landed, and not even a technical aspect of job that you are looking at. So at the same time, so this provides you that opportunity that, this is where you can step in, and then you can evolve in such a way that there's no looking back then. That is why we give a complete hand-holding, wherein we have our local faculties also available. The best part is, of course, when we talk about technologies from outside of India, which is Israel, the instructions is also from Israel. We have the faculties again, these are the faculties, these are the research oriented faculties, and not just in India, which is only restricted to books. These are the faculties working on this technology day in, day out, and these are the people training you guys as well. So once you go through this process, and we have local faculties also available just to assist 24/7, whatever situation related to your your course curriculum or any other kind of situation that you get stuck with, these are always available to help you. So going through with this process and a complete hand holding for somebody coming from a technical field or not coming from a technical field, and after that providing the right internship, which is generally a stipend based internship, you get the right exposure, and then getting a pre-placement offer, because by that time companies also realize these are my identified people, these are the people, those who are can be a great help, can be a great resource in various of our verticals, and that's how this complete loop gets completed. So that's why we are, apart from this, we are going to several universities these days, talking to a lot of students, conducting a lot of seminars. Think Cyber is even coming up. Think Cyber India is even coming up with a diploma program with several of these private universities. So very, very soon you would see it's a complete program, because right now it's a online self-paced but instructor-led program, wherein every week you will have to spend around 10 to 12 hours of self-study. Maybe it could be a little more for somebody who's not from this field, but then of course we have our technical experts available to help these students, and then 2 hours every week classes from these expert trainers, and then of course 1 month, 2 months, then you have to start with your internships also. So it's going to be a complete very extensive engagement, full-time engagement. But the course that we are coming up with private universities, NCR also, in Gujarat, Maharashtra, wherein it's a 6 months program again, but it's going to be a classroom teaching also. Along with that classroom teaching, the complete training program and internships also. That's the kind of program we are coming up with. We are running an academic program. We are tying up with several universities. Very soon you would see on our website that we'll come up with these several names. so that we are tying up with at an academic level. So it's because again it is also very important. We need to realize this year only in the month of February I was sitting with the director of AICTE, and the problem is most of these the educational governing bodies also, the curriculum is not apt. And it's just that I am studying in a college, and if their curriculum or the information given to me is not appropriate, should not stop me from getting the right kind of information. And that's the loop that we are trying to complete. And that is why from it's like a zero to hero process. It's like from starting from the scratch to becoming one of the heroes in cybersecurity, becoming a cyberologist. It's like that's what differentiates Think Cyber India from every other course. So first of all, no training in India is based on simulator based training for cybersecurity. One, even if only National Forensics University, they have a simulator which is also at a very initial level. At the same time, nobody in India apart from Think Cyber is providing a real-time scenario training. So imagine somebody who gets enrolled through with this process, becoming a cyberologist, will always be the first choice of all of these companies, and that's what we are trying to create. So I think I have done my bit, and I would really thank everybody of you to be patient, to be inquisitive about knowing, understanding. And yes, now we are ready to take questions. So whosoever has questions, we'll be very happy to take it. So yes.
Okay, Asta has penned down two questions. First is regarding the opportunities. What is the gap between certification talent versus on-the-job learning, and how can domain change chargers fill in this gap? Okay, Asta. So what I assume you're asking is that there are certain certification courses that people go through, and then there is on-the-job training, and then there is training that we are conducting. Correct. So what is the difference between the three? That's what you want to know?
Not quite right.
Can't hear you. Mic is off, I think.
Now am I audible? No?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So what exactly are you wanting to know?
Yeah, so I started my career. I'm already working as a cybersecurity consultant, and I have a lot of friends who are inquisitive about cybersecurity. Maybe their job profile is not sufficient enough, or maybe they want to change because this is a growing field. So now what are their options? One is you get into a certification in terms of accreditation, like you get into ISO 27001 LA or some basic thing. Many people start with CEH, many people start with this, but then also there is some gap. Many of my juniors, I guided them to do that certification, and they faced a problem in terms of interviews because they were told that, okay, you have a certification. They spent in between, you would know 30 to 40K if you have to be BSI accredited, but they are being told that no, you have to have some job training. So what is that gap and how to fill that gap?
Okay, I'll tell you what. So there are certain certifications, like even when I started, I also did a CEH because there was no worthwhile training available in India those days. So I also started CEH and grew up. Now, these certifications, most of them, first of all, are very theoretical. They don't really give you any practical knowledge of how to handle a situation. To handle a situation as an analyst, as a malware analyst, or a SOC analyst, or maybe as a SOC manager, is very different from what you learn in CISSP or CISA. I mean, they really don't get you. They give you theoretical knowledge, but don't get you to that level where you are job ready. Now, when you go to a job, obviously he'll say that you have no prior experience. How do you get this experience? One, you get this experience on a job, or two, you get this experience on a practical scenario like we have, where a simulator is actually training you exactly how a SOC would function. It is training you on a SOC, or it is training you to do the job of an analyst by making you analyze. So that is where a practical training is way better than a certification like CEH or whatever you are looking at. Two, yes, for somebody who's moving into this industry with no prior knowledge of cybersecurity, today most companies will say that you join us at 30,000, 40,000. But if you have trained right and trained well, then the job opportunities, we have had cases where people, I mean, most cases where people have gotten with these jobs of over 50,000, 60,000 a month package. That is because they had trained right. So the issue is that you have to, I mean, it's like polishing the diamond. The more
Yes,
you
yes.
polish, the better is the sale value. It's like, so we do that polishing, and we get you ready for the industry. Like I had mentioned earlier, we get you internships while you are doing this training. If you're not working and you're in a college and you want to do an internship, we arrange for those internships. So you have like a 4-week kind of a, training with a company where some bit of knowledge, practical knowledge you have also gained. And two, at the end of it, we organize your interviews. Obviously, getting selected in a job is purely your merit.
Person to person. Yeah.
I mean, I can't go and give an interview for you. And the second question that you've asked for is, what is the current scenario of intersection of cybersecurity of Indian Armed Forces and the opportunity cybersecurity services? See, it is like this. What the Indian Armed Forces deal with is tactical level of battlefield systems, networks which are needing to be secured, which I was doing. Then there are dealing in cyber warfare, is attacking the enemy's infrastructure, critical infrastructure in war. So that is a very different field, cyber warfare and protecting your battlefield networks. Whereas in commercial or in enterprise solutions, it's very, very difficult. But yes, the concept yet remains the same. The concept of cyber defense remains the same. The cyber reconnaissance yet remains the same. So if you understand this system, you can, like I was in the army and I switched over to the corporate. It didn't take me very long to adjust my knowledge. And if you have done this, you can go there and work. You will be a big asset to the armed forces. If you are already working in the cybersecurity industry and you want to go serve the nation, you will be a damn good asset.
Okay, just to add on to that, sir. So why I asked this question is because there are countries which are, I would believe, trade as more advanced. They have a very active private sector working with the defense forces or maybe the government forces, because there's a lot of infrastructure which is vulnerable right now, and cyber warfare is on the verge. COVID has again and again showed it to us that we should have some policies, and like how does it intersect, for
So
example?
yes,
Mhm,
in India also, the private sector is working with the armed forces to implement the cybersecurity solutions. I mean, finally, the armed forces do not really develop their own solutions. So there are tailor-made solutions which the corporate world is making it for them, or enterprise solutions which are being tweaked to help the armed forces. So it is all being done through the corporate world, and there is tremendous amount of intersection as far as that is concerned. Yes, there's no doubt in it.
okay, sir. Okay. Yeah.
Narendra Bhatia says, do you have any program related to industrial cybersecurity? So you're looking at OT basically, and if yes, so yes, we do. Our program does talk about a whole lot of OT and the SCADA systems and stuff like that, and how attacks can be carried out on them, and how to prevent your SCADA system from being attacked. So yes, our program is there. You can mail it to us. We will give you all the details about this. It is very much there. Any other question anyone has? All right. Thank you so much. Anuradha, would you like to thank?
Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Is there
Thank you very
anyone
much.
with some more questions?
It's been a great information, I believe. SSSi, everybody. See, one thing we need to understand is, as a working professional in India or as a student, we face a lot of challenges while choosing the right career. Even while working with the right or the wrong, whatever we figure out, we face a lot of challenges. This is a new emerging field, so the right kind of information is very important for all of us. And feedbacks on what we are doing is also very important. So and conducting a webinar is one way of interacting from people from all across, from various backgrounds, in order to understand where it does fit in to their life or into their career aspects or opportunities, and that's the purpose of conducting the same. Whosoever wants to get some more information or maybe some general information, please feel free. We are always there to help you out with the right information, and let's look forward. It's the only submission from my side now is it's a very emerging and a growing field. So anybody who's looking at making their career, they have options to choose from, various other ways, certification trainings, but even us or anybody, it's very important for you, if you are serious in this field, to have the right kind of training that makes you job ready. So sooner you do it, better for you, and it will ultimately help you to find the right kind of jobs and a glorified career. And all the very best to everybody, and thank you very much for your time again, and I wish you a very great weekend. So thank you so much. And if anybody has questions, you can mail it to us. You can connect with Anisha and Moromi's team. We'll provide you with the answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
Indeed,
you,
it was
sir.
a
Thank you, ma'am.
nice session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.